I moved here to St. Augustine, Florida to live my dream life. It didn't take long to realize other people did too. People who took a leap, followed what they loved, and built something of their own in this magical little town. The Soul-Led Sessions is about those people, the stories behind the businesses you see, visit, and fall in love with. Not just what they've created, but what it really took to get there. The risks, the pivots, the moments that changed everything, and what it actually looks like to build a life that feels aligned. These conversations are here to connect you to the heart of entrepreneurship, and maybe even to what's possible for your own life. I'm here in the Secret Garden in St. Augustine, Florida, with the wonderful Kyle Dellaire, owner of Ben's Pretzels, Mimi's Crepes, right behind those wonderful establishments, among other amazing businesses.
Amen.
Kyle, tell us a little bit about how you became an entrepreneur.
Kind of just, want me to go back, or you want me to go back to 2014?
Let's go back to whatever started it, whatever lit that
Okay,
start.
I'm getting goosebumps right now because I have a pretty fun story, at least I think it's fun. I was born in an amusement park in Maine.
Wow.
Right in the middle of it, right next to like our bumper boats and our go-kart track. I was born in an apartment that my family owned the amusement park, and all the children had secret little apartments everywhere inside the theme park. It's called Funtown USA in Saco, Maine. And it's still there, you guys. There's a amusement park there called Funtown, and a water park called Splashtown.
Wow.
And I was born right in the middle of it. So you could say I was probably an entrepreneur from birth.
I love it. That's a great way to come into this world. Well,
there you go.
And how long did you live there?
I was young. We were snowbirds. So I'm from Maine originally, but I've never seen snow.
Okay, interesting.
Actually, so owning a theme park might seem really fun, but there's a lot of headaches when it comes to owning a theme park. We moved down to Florida and we started a new opportunity down here.
Great.
And we were always been entrepreneurs. We found St. Augustine in like 1996.
Okay.
Kind of before a big tourism boom. And we knew kind of like this was like our place.
Cool.
And so the family brought us down. They opened up a few shops on St. George, and then I worked the shops. We couldn't afford a nanny. It was just my parents, and they said, boys, you're coming to the shops and you're working the shops.
That's the way
at
to
a
do
very
it.
young age.
Very young age. So you got to see all of the behind the scenes.
Yes.
You got to witness firsthand what it's like to really own a business.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
incredible. At a very young age.
Very young age.
Amazing.
Yep.
Starting it all in an amusement park.
Yep, that's where it started.
Story. What a great story. So you're here now in St. Augustine and become an adult. You decide, all right, it's time to start my own. Yeah.
It's what I knew. So my parents, I kind of told you, had like two shops here on St. George Street.
Right.
I always thought growing up I was just going to be like the GM of them one day and then the owner of them. That's not how my path laid out, though.
Interesting.
It was 2014. A landlord on St. George Street reached out to us saying, we have an opportunity. And I had no idea that opportunity was going to fall in my lap, but it was such a great opportunity that we dropped out of college.
Wow.
And we were just hands-on, full-time in the ice cream shop. So that's what kind of started it off for us. It's called Likit Ice Cream at 9 St. George Street. It was designed to be an ice cream shop, but the owner didn't want to run the ice cream shop. So we said, hey, boys, I will sell you this ice cream shop. All you have to do is pay us rent.
Wow. What a
great opportunity.
Absolutely. And you're how old at this?
I was like 23.
Okay.
My brother was 20.
Incredible. So you ran the ice cream
We didn't know anything. Like we knew kind of like the structure of running a business, but we had no idea about running anything on our own. So it was kind of like just like figuring it out.
Thrown to the wolves.
Thrown to the wolves, yes.
And a lot of wolves, a lot of touristy wolves coming in.
It wasn't easy. You got in the very beginning, for the first probably like 4 years of just working it every single day. This is how we would do it. So we had no employees. My brother would work one day from 12 to 6 p.m. And then I would work the following day to 12 to 6 p.m. And then we had a small staff on the weekends.
Okay.
That's how we did it every single day for the first probably like 3 or 4 years.
Sweat equity.
Sweat equity.
Absolutely.
We loved it though.
Yeah.
I had a lot of hardships. I have some of my hardest memories in there.
Really?
Very emotional memories. When you're just a young kid with a business thrown in your lap, and you have a younger brother and you're both immature, I mean, you can probably see where this is going, right? I mean, I think I've fired my brother 12 times so far. He's thrown ice cream cones at me.
Okay.
We've had to close the windows and restock the shop and cleaning ice cream machines. This is pre-YouTube, you guys. You couldn't go on YouTube and see how to clean a Taylor 317. I mean, there was nothing like that. So you just have to start calling people.
You figured it out.
We figured it out.
So you have an entrepreneur brain, because to figure that out, you need to have those qualities.
I think
it's not for everybody.
We learned those qualities pretty quick.
You were forced to learn them, really.
We were forced to, yeah. It was fun though at the same time, because like we were building our own brand.
Yeah.
The important part was we didn't realize what we had at that moment. We were just living like the golden years.
Sure.
Enjoying it every second of the day, and sometimes not enjoying it. We didn't realize what it could be at that point.
You weren't really looking forward too much because you're 20-something, fresh out of college or dropping out of college to do this.
Yeah.
And probably not thinking long term.
No, we weren't.
Right.
We were kind of thinking long term, but we didn't realize the scale of what it could become. And then after a few years, we just started seeing more opportunity along St. George Street. We started meeting everybody around here because we were here every day. And what was pretty cool was like all the other shop owners around here, they were taking like the boys under their wings.
Wow.
They were like coming up and they were like, we want to give you this recommendation. So we were making a lot of friends at that point because we were like the youngsters, you know, in the area.
To do that. I mean, really, St. Augustine is so welcoming that way. And business owners supporting other business owners. That's like the secret here, I think. There's a lot of collaboration here. So you learned a lot from watching other business owners, not only your parents, but other shop owners on the street on St. George, which is probably the most popular street in the United States, I'd say. the best and the oldest
I agree.
city, the oldest continuously inhabited city. What did you decide at one point that Likit would become something bigger, or did it just sort of evolve? How did that turn into multiple businesses?
So Likit opened as a frozen custard business.
Oh, okay.
We learned real quick that it was just not feasible for the size of the shop. Frozen custard comes in frozen.
Oh.
Blocks.
Oh, no.
Blocks of frozen.
Wow.
We had no freezer.
Oh, my goodness.
Imagine what we had to do. So we had to think quickly, and we were always like big like Disney kids growing up. I mean, we came from the theme park business. And then my dad said, how about you guys look into that Dole Whip product from Hawaii? They sell it in Disney. That's like one of their big products down there.
Very big product.
And before internet, like I told you guys, so we called Dole Whip Plantation in Hawaii.
Wow. You called them right straight to the source.
That's kind of what you had to do back like before like the internet. And I don't want to seem like I'm old. But you just pick up the phone and call people and see, where can I get products?
Sure.
So we called the Dole Plantation in Hawaii. We asked, hey, there's this product you guys sell in Disney. Where can we get it?
Wow.
And we sourced it right from them. We got a pallet. I mean,
so
of Dole Whip.
They had it for you.
They're ready to sell it.
Yeah, they're ready to sell it.
And it came in shelf stable. It came in as a powder.
No kidding.
All you have to do is mix it with water and dump it in the ice cream machine. So our problem was solved at probably 2 years in. How we could have a shelf stable product and a great product for St. Augustine because it's very hydrating. There's no dairy in it. It's very, very refreshing.
Yeah, it is refreshing.
And we noticed that with Disney being in Orlando, there's so many like visitors that go to Disney that visit St. Augustine, and people would come up all the time. They were telling us, we could only get this in Disney. We could only get this in Disney. Well, now St. Augustine has it. So really that's like our bread and butter. Like we call it our hero item down at Likit. But yeah, the progression was we just kept evolving. We just kept seeing things. We're like, could we bring this on? Could we bring this on? We've tried probably a million different things. We had turkey legs in there, nachos. We've had canned sodas, bottled sodas. We've had, we had a blueberry waffle thing with the vanilla ice cream.
And those are all no longer. So
no longer. We're just kind of refining our model.
Yeah, incredible. So you found the model because now you've duplicated it into several locations of different businesses here on St. George Street. Tell us a little bit about how that evolved. How did you go from, trying things, testing things out at one shop to having now multiple shops?
I don't know if it was about testing things at the Likit. So Cameron and I knew that we had opportunity here in St. Augustine.
Okay.
Actually, in the very beginning, we brought on hot dogs at Likit, and we saw a big opportunity because there was a ton of restaurants where there were like sit downs. There was no grab and go quick service. So Cameron said one word: hot dogs.
Nice. One word.
I love saying that story. And they took off immediately because it was the only place to get something quick and walk.
On a walking street.
Walking street.
People are walking.
Back in
day.
2014, St. George Street was way different than what it is now.
Wow.
So we brought on the hot dogs. They took off. And then we started just like seeing the trend, seeing supply and demand. And then we were thinking, St. George Street is a little bit like a mall, right? There's a lot of shops here. There's your food court, you know, but there is no pretzel shop on St. George Street. I mean, we all know walking into any mall, the pretzel shop's like the busiest place.
Absolutely. Genius.
So we looked into a couple different franchises, our first franchise model, because Likit has been like our own creation, but we kind of knew that we couldn't do a pretzel as good as like the franchises. So we looked into 3 franchises, and then we picked Ben's because for me, it's big on value for money. If you know, a customer comes into my shop, I want them to be able to get a great product for just a little bit of money. And that's important. So we give half-pound pretzels, which I love.
They're great.
And I appreciate
They're
that.
so great, and they're so great to come out and enjoy in the garden.
Thank you.
It's really a beautiful experience, and having that, especially for visitors. We always bring visitors here. If we have people come into town, this is like one of our first spots to come and hang out and pause. You know, as you're walking St. George and taking it all in. It's such an experience.
Thanks.
So how did this come about behind Ben's, this secret garden?
Like I've been telling you guys, there's like a trend here. This garden wasn't as it looks like back then. Like how it looks now wasn't how it was. It was overgrown. There was only benches out here. There was no seating. We've kind of like evolved the garden into something, and it's still evolving to this day. So the fun thing, what you just said, a lot of people in St. Augustine, when they know about this space, they love to bring their friends that are visiting here. And I love to hear it because they call it their garden, that they've discovered it. And the cycle keeps moving forward. And I just love hearing that because we put a lot of work back here.
You can tell.
We didn't realize what we had, like the same as Likit. We didn't realize what we had, but now it's been evolving. We have the live music with the stage. We have the trinket box. We have so many tables and chairs, and it's a very great like getaway from a busy street.
Oh, for sure.
We call it the secret garden.
Yeah, and it's not so secret anymore. But...
Not so secret, but a lot of people still miss it.
It feels like a secret garden. And yeah, I'm sure a lot of people miss it. They don't realize it's back
They don't realize it's back here.
When you walk into a pretzel shop, you know, you're focused on what you're getting to eat, to drink, maybe. Then you come back here, and it is truly like walking into a fantasy.
I appreciate that.
It's a really unique experience.
It's been a lot of refinement. Just figuring out different ways we could set ourselves apart from a lot of other businesses. But so we have the Ben's Pretzels, which is a franchise, a great product. But the building also came with a second front door. We had a little room in there. So our heritage is French Canadian. We called our grandparents Mimi and Pepe.
Very cool.
And as a kid growing up, we would spend the night at Mimi and Pepe's house. And she would always make us French crepes every single morning.
Wow.
That was part of our childhood.
How special.
Very special, very special.
You monetized on that.
Monetized on that. I saw an opportunity.
Move. Yes.
And we have now Mimi's Famous Crepes alongside Ben's Soft Pretzels in the same building. It's like a duplex. 2 front doors, but 2 business models that complement each other.
Yes.
They don't hurt each other in a way. They complement each other.
Absolutely. You can have your savory and your sweet, or do something, you know, for your guests or for visitors, you know, locals. Everybody loves it here, I think. And it was a really smart move to, rather than maybe putting tables inside where Mimi's is.
We thought about that.
I'm sure, because that's what most people would have done. I think just
seating area.
Seating area, but who needs a seating area when you're on the move? Except for when it's a beautiful experience like the secret garden. So.
Well, we had this space. It was just benches out here. Everything was overgrown. We have the shed, which we use. This is a very important part of our business model. This is our hub for the 4 businesses that I have.
All 4.
We have a storage hub back here that feeds all the shops. So infrastructure is really big for us because we're turning over so much food in our shops. So this is all refrigeration and shelving in here and all like the stored goods that we need to operate.
Genius use of space. You've really utilized every kind of corner.
Efficiencies, everything.
You have to be efficient here because there's not a lot of room on St. George Street, right?
But this didn't happen in one day.
I'm sure. Years.
Business is always, what's my line? It's always developing.
Yes.
So this has been years in the making of refinement.
Right.
And it's been really fun. I've had a great time.
I feel as though you're still refining.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're still coming up with new ideas. You're still launching new businesses. You're still kind of maintaining all of the others and growing and expanding. It's really quite amazing to witness.
Appreciate that.
And I enjoy watching your feed on Instagram and your social media because you really share a lot of that behind the scenes, kind of what's happening. You're not just coming in and making pretzels every morning, although I think you do that too still. You're managing employees at 5 locations, you said?
I have the 4 restaurants down here, and I have my side projects that I do, and it takes a team.
Yes.
It takes an amazing team.
So let's talk about that a little bit, if you don't mind. How to not only find a team that works for you, that fits. I'm sure that hasn't been easy. And then maintaining and growing and expanding your team.
So we've had our ups and we've had our downs with the team. I'm proud to say that the team that's currently here has been the best team we've ever had.
Fantastic.
Never want to lose any of them. They are all amazing, from our upper management down to like our general workers. Everybody plays a huge part. And as an owner, I am pretty involved. I feel like if you really want your business to shine, you have to be involved. And I tell my girlfriend this all the time. I love being down here at my businesses. It brings me a lot of joy because I get to work with my team. When Night of Lights comes around, every single day, from pretty much morning to night, for about 50 days, I am here working the front lines with my staff.
Wow.
Very stressful time of the year, but very fulfilling because I get to build the relationships with my staff. And my GM is amazing. My upper management is amazing. And I've learned a lot over the years. I've had some lows, but I've had a lot of highs. I met my GM from the local Jeep club here in St. Augustine. Usually I could find energy in people. This is years before she worked for us, okay? Wow. I just knew one day that if I had the opportunity to bring her on, I was going to bring her on.
You had to have her.
I had to have her. I just felt the energy, and she complements my weaknesses. She has a very strong culinary background. That's something that I don't have. So it's like you want to bring somebody on that complements your weakness, not your strength.
That's right.
And she had that, and just an amazing woman. And she's the GM of 3 of my shops. I just love her to death.
That's incredible.
Amazing woman.
And a great partnership, it sounds like. She really compliments you. And that's a really important detail in life in general. I think with any relationship is complementing each other's strengths and weaknesses, having that balance, the yin to the yang, right?
Yes.
And having the full spectrum of what you need. And then learning how to delegate. How did you learn, starting just you and your brother? You weren't managing anybody or telling anybody else that what to do.
We were telling each other what to do.
And firing each other.
Yeah. Well, hey, let us put it out there. He wasn't firing me.
Oh, okay.
I was firing him.
Let's make that clear. How did you get to the point where you realized you needed employees and to be able to delegate? That's kind of a hard thing for some people to do, to say, hey, I need you to do this because you're better at it. I'm not so good at it. Like accepting your weaknesses and giving them to someone else. Trusting them.
Trust, yeah, definitely. We've always done that. So he and I are like complete opposites. More of like, I would say like the mind behind things and developing ideas and coming up with the crazy ideas and stuff like that. He's more of like the worker bee. He likes doing that, and deposits, the day-to-day scheduling and stuff like that. That needs to get done. And that wasn't my forte, but that was his. So you can kind of see like we delegated like early on like his strengths and my strengths, and then we bring on a team. We see like where the values are with the team. If this person's really great with like handling customers, I want you at the cash register handling your customers. I'm not going to put you in a space that you don't want to be, because people shine when they're in like a comfortable place that they're actually like pretty great at.
Right.
So you kind of see people's strengths and weaknesses, and then you just kind of see that, and then you put them where they want to go, and that will make your business shine.
Great. You have such a great entrepreneur mind. It seems very natural to you. Like it comes very naturally. You don't have to overthink it or, get too deep. It's like, this is how it is. This is how we're going to run things. It just works for you very well.
A lot of common sense, just like reading the room. Having your foundation, like customers first. A big role model of mine is Jesse Cole, Savannah Bananas, the owner of Savannah Bananas. And he has a policy of fans first. He puts his fans first. Concessions are cheap. Merchandise is cheap. Tickets are cheap. That's why they have the lottery system up there. And that's a philosophy that I've integrated in my shops. Customers first. At the end of the day, those customers will come back. And we have a lot of like regulars here. We have every single day, we have people from the fort or restaurants in the area or gift shops. They come to Ben's every single day.
Every day.
And they get the same exact thing. And you treat them well. When I'm here, I say, on me, because these are people always coming back. I'm not going to be here all the time.
Right.
But if I do see them and I know that they're like just regulars coming in, you treat them well. You make them feel like they're the most important person in the room.
That's right. That's a powerful mindset over entrepreneurship, because when you have that piece right, everything else kind of falls into place.
Yeah.
Everything else gets figured out when you have that right. So that's why people keep coming back here, and that's powerful, very powerful. Tell us a little about the locals and how they kind of add flavor to your business.
I call them the characters of St. Augustine.
There's a lot of them. It's a cool place to live.
I have my opinions on them, but at the end of the day, you always put your opinions aside, especially when you're a business owner in the public. And you just treat everybody with the utmost respect. I've made some really great relationships. I could take maybe one that's kind of coming to mind. Do we all know Trump Flag Terry? I've had my opinions on her. I don't know what her mission statement is, but I talk to her almost every single day. And to make friends and develop a relationship, which is probably one of the most important things I've learned being an entrepreneur, is developing a relationship with people. And even if you have your own opinions, everybody has a different story. And some stories are easier than others. And one big thing that's been on my heart for the past couple of years is compassion. And you never know what somebody is battling with behind closed doors. And if I could just be a piece of somebody's day of just having a great conversation, that makes my heart feel full. And that's part of my mission statement in life, is just talking with people and having a genuine conversation, no matter what they're dealing with, just being there as a support system for them and making them feel comfortable with talking with me.
Fantastic.
That's very important to me.
Fantastic. And it's a beautiful place to do that. You've got opportunity to meet a new person every day, or multiple new people every day. And you're right, you don't know what they're carrying with them as they come through the doors. So offering them a bite to eat, offering them a conversation, a beautiful place to sit and enjoy their meal, that is such a wonderful thing for St. Augustine, for the world, really. It's a great example, I think. So
I have a great area to do it too.
Yes,
people are walking into my businesses and I get to talk and I get to be like the representation. And I even tell my employees, we have part of our success is team meetings and being involved and understanding the different personalities. And I tell my employees all the time, you guys are an extension of me. When I'm not here, you're me.
You're representing
when people come in, how would I handle a customer? I would probably ask them, welcome to Ben's, as we always do, or welcome to Whips or whatever. Welcome them in. Eye contact is really important. And I would just have a general question of, where are you from? Where are you visiting from? And opening up the conversation. That's what I would do. And I try to teach that into my staff.
Love it.
And we've had pretty good success.
Great.
But you got to be involved. I think the owner has to be involved in their shops in order for them to succeed. You have to know every little thing.
Yes.
And there's things that I don't know how to do.
Sure.
Maybe we'll get into this, but a couple years ago I opened up my 4th restaurant, Whips, right here. And I've never made a waffle.
Really?
Still to this day, I've never made a waffle.
Really?
Never made one because the delegation thing. I started having my plate really full with 3, and I had a crazy idea of doing a 4th, but I had the team in place, and I had the model, and I had the system, but I put a safeguard up sometimes now. I purposely try not to learn it because I don't want them, when things happen, to rely on me anymore, because I already have my plate full with 4 shops and then all my other side projects. So
Yes.
I put a safeguard up now, a mental health thing for me.
That's right.
If there's nobody to work it, they can't depend on me because I don't know how to work it. So we close our doors, which that's never happened.
Super.
But there's some safeguards now because I have so many different things going on.
Yeah.
I have to like protect myself in a way.
Boundaries are healthy.
It's free game though for Likit,
Uh-huh.
and it's free game for Ben's,
Uh-huh.
and a little bit of Mimi's Crepes. But Whips, I purposely did that
Gotcha.
to protect myself.
That's a great idea. And really being able to allow yourself more time to do more, to, build more opportunities too.
Yeah.
You're leaving that door open, which is great. And I think being here, letting your employees see you working firsthand and setting that example for them as well. Yes, your team meetings build a lot of rapport also, I'm sure, but you doing the work firsthand is wow,
Yeah.
that's unheard of, in a multiple business owner entrepreneurship. So I think that's really cool too.
Thank you.
What about future plans? Is there anything in the works? I'm sure your brain is always churning
Yeah.
ideas. You don't have to share specifics, but will you always be expanding? Will the expansion continue throughout your life, do you think?
And I have a strong passion for it, for entrepreneurship and ideas and developing ideas. And I feel like I have pretty good infrastructure, a very good team, a very good support system. There is a few things in the works, and I always tell people, if you're seeing it now, it's been developing for the last year or two.
Yeah. Exactly.
Cameron and I are getting into the Italian ice business. So we're going to be launching that soon.
That's exciting.
And then it's really just refining the shop, seeing like where the opportunity is, efficiencies, getting ready for the night of lights. That always takes a lot out of us. But as far as like projects, I have a vault, I think, in my head of things I've kept in my vault of maybe one day, if the right opportunity presents itself, I would be able to do it.
You're always open to it then.
Always open to
I love
ideas.
that. And what about your mentors? I'm sure your parents are mentors in your life. Do you have any other mentors or even people that you listen to or watch or read that inspire you to be better and to learn more?
I definitely have some role models. Reading has been so beneficial. I think I definitely evolved as a man that I'm wanting to become because of reading personal development books. I've just read so many books. Off the top of my head, some of my favorites are, well, the gold standard is, what's the book? James Clear, Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits is like the gold standard. That's where I first started reading. But I'm reading You Are a Badass right now.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm reading that, almost finished. And I've read Buy Back Your Time and The Let Them Theory. Mel Robbins
Great.
was a really great book about letting people do what they want to do. All you can do is influence them.
Yeah.
Great book. But Walt Disney has been probably one of my most favorite role models. I'm really following his model. I've done so much research on him. And ironically, his birthday was December 5th. And mine is also December 5th.
Really?
Which is kind of cool.
Share a birthday.
Different years, you guys. Many different years apart.
Several different years.
Yes. But he's a big role model of mine and what he's been able to build. And he was an actual visionary. He saw it, and he had his brother, Roy, develop it.
Yeah.
Back it up financially.
Sounds like that's kind of what you're doing.
a little bit. I could see opportunities.
Yes.
See opportunities.
You have the vision, I think.
I guess you could say I get a lot of my ideas actually just by Instagram Reels.
Really?
Or going down to Disney Springs and seeing what's working down there and then saying, oh, could I do this in St. Augustine?
And you have great access to that, just a few hours away.
Just a few hours away.
Yeah, and it's an impeccable business model. The Disney franchise, the Disney brand, on every level is impeccable. But with their food and, their service is like no other, really. It's truly like no other. So you have a good role model there, I think.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Have you ever read the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill?
I've heard this a million times. I've never read it.
I would call that my golden standard. It's like a business Bible. It is really just mindset. It sets you for the rest of your life. It will change.
Okay.
It will change. You may already have implemented a lot of those things in your businesses. I think by far you have figured it out.
The beauty, though, like of what you're saying, I want to piggyback off this.
Yeah.
The beauty of reading these books, and maybe there's a lot of things I already kind of understand.
Yeah.
But reading the structure of how they're written helps me organize all the different, like, because you probably have a bunch of like thoughts in your head at once, right? Reading has been able to really structure it down to understand how it's written out.
True.
And to be more organized.
Yes.
And to implement. I think my biggest hurdle at my shops is talking about ideas, but never implementing the ideas. I think a lot of people struggle with this.
Absolutely.
Hopefully I'm not the only one, but there's a lot of talk, and probably 5% of what you talk about with your team comes to fruition. And I hope I'm not the only one that struggles with this, but that's something that I can improve on. And reading personal development books has helped me understand all the random thoughts that are in my head of customer service and food cost and all the things, getting them down on paper for me to understand a written context of how it needs to be. So that's really what's helped me with reading books.
So true. I agree 1000% because, and if you read it all and just keep it inside, it does no good. It's implementing what you're learning.
You have to comprehend it, though, too. You can't just read the words on the paper. I actually am able to apply a lot. And maybe this person says it in this way, but I'm able to translate that into my reality and seeing where what he was saying or what she was saying in this moment could relate to my shops.
Absolutely. And it's great that you have that connection again, and it's an entrepreneurial brain, I think. I think not everybody has those synapses connecting. You know, you're immediately realizing, okay, I can apply this to my businesses. Okay, I can apply this to you see something on TikTok, okay, or Instagram, I can apply this to you see it and you implement it and it works.
And I implement it quick too.
You're quick at it.
Yeah, I think that's probably,
maker.
I just get things done pretty quick.
Love it.
If I have an idea, next day it's like being in develop, depends on the scale of it.
Yeah.
But like, for instance, like this little trinket box right here.
Yeah, great idea.
I saw it and I was thinking to myself, like, this is the perfect venue for it. This is a free community area. Let's get people through my shops and build the awareness. And maybe they'll buy a pretzel or buy a crepe or figure out that this is here.
Right.
But that was something that I saw and I was like, next day it was there. I could implement things pretty quick.
Another genius move. My youngest daughter, she's 8. Every time we come downtown now, she has to bring something with her to stop at the trinket box. And she knows that she'll be getting a pretzel as well. So it's never just a quick stop into the trinket box. And even my older kids enjoy it and they like to see what's in there.
I appreciate that.
And bring some fun things, that they've found joy in or that have brought them joy and share that with the world.
I have a childhood experience of something like that. In Maine, we had this candy shop. It was a penny candy shop. Does anybody know what penny candy shop is?
I remember. I'm old enough.
It was called the Way Station. Penny candy shop, and you get to see all the candies, and you get to 1 M&M, 2 Skittles, a Starburst, and you get to build your bag.
Cool.
And I have great memories of the Way Station. That's another idea in my vault. I would like to open up a Swedish candy company in town. Maybe down the road once an opportunity comes, but this reminds me of a nostalgic feeling as when I was a kid. And if children or adults or anybody comes up to this box and they get that magical feeling, I feel like I've done my part.
Totally.
Because that is a feeling that I remember having as a kid going to the Way Station in Maine, Saco, Maine.
Great nostalgia.
But we get a lot of traction. We get probably over 100 traders a day.
A day, really?
On this box.
Wow, that's incredible.
And it's
incredible.
It all works together though. Free box, a magical box, but people have to walk through 2 of my shops to get there.
Very
so
smart.
It all works together.
I call that smarketing. That's really smart marketing.
I'm going to use that.
Really smart marketing. And it's
Thank you.
You have to implement little things like that kind of in every business to get people to not to only bring joy, but to spend money, right?
True.
Having that mix of both is a really perfect.
And and things are quickly evolving. I think social media plays a big part. You got to set yourself apart from everybody else here in St. Augustine. You got to be like different. You got to set yourself apart. You got to be special. There's a ton of like businesses here that are doing the same thing as me.
Right.
There's a pretzel shop right across the street, which I have a great relationship with. But at the end of the day, it's about the market share, right? Not everybody is going to want 2 pretzels in one day. So we have to like be different and get people, you get the awareness here somehow. And that is a great example of how we're doing it in a creative way.
Yeah. That and the garden. The garden itself
plays
is
a big part.
really great place to come. And I love that you just mentioned there's another pretzel shop. You have a great relationship with them. That's important. I think collaboration over competition. I think the world is realizing that more, don't you think?
Yes.
Especially with social media, like we're able to say, oh, hey, we can be friends.
We're better together.
Enemies. Yeah, we're better together. There's room enough. I love that Hamilton quote. The world is wide enough. There's room enough.
There's enough opportunity for everyone.
For everyone. And then some. I mean, really, if you're smart enough to figure it out as you have done, everyone is welcome, right? Everyone is welcome to start their own thing and figure out their own thing. So
we focus too much on things we can't control. And for me, I learned this a long time ago before I started reading any books. There's going to be competition everywhere. I have my insecurities. I think we all have our insecurities that we're working on, hopefully. Yeah. The only thing we can control is ourselves and what we're trying to build. So within my lease property that I have, I just try to focus on what I can do.
Great.
And to make a better experience for, my customers coming in. And I feel like customer service is up there, probably the number one for me. Quality product and setting yourself up for success early on with the right location. I think is so important. Picking the right location. That might be the most important in the beginning, but customer service is it is so important in 2026 and going into this more digital world. When you go into a Walmart or a Publix and you speak to no one, you cash out on yourself, you speak to no one, there is a big opportunity for me to be different with communication and speaking and looking people in the eye and having that person feel in their heart that this person actually cares.
Right.
He's comprehending what I'm saying. It's not like people don't come in my shop and I just say, hey, welcome in. And that's it. And I cash them up and I say, have a good day. There's an experience walking into all of my shops. And I see this as a big advantage, a big advantage of being genuine and giving somebody a feeling that they haven't had in a while.
That's a good one. That's a really good point and a really good observation, and also just a really good model for life in general. Again, not just business, but applying that to your everyday life. Like you said, when you walk into Walmart or Target, you can walk through and not say a thing to anybody and do your shopping and keep to yourself. But really, what will that do for you? It's the people that you meet on your daily basis that bless you, and vice versa, right? Hopefully you get to bless them as well. So you get to do that at your multiple locations here, and what a gift.
I'm very blessed.
What a gift. Yeah.
Very blessed.
Sure.
I always try to, maybe this sets me apart differently. I try to remember everybody's name.
Great. That's great.
Everybody's name I try to remember. I even have a note section on my phone of met this person on this day. I even have one. I just went to Flamingo Coffee. Love that place.
Love it.
I write down baristas that I meet. I write their names down because I'm doing a safeguard for me to set myself up differently, and maybe somebody special when the next time I walk in, if I call them by their name, that is going to make me just so different in a way. Always try to do it with being genuine and being real, but it makes a difference.
Absolutely.
When you call somebody by their name after the first time they've ever met you, it is such a special moment.
Huge difference in their life and in yours, really. And you imprint that, it imprints in you that person's personality, their what they look like, their what you remember about them. It just kind of harbors that in.
And you build a relationship.
Totally. Yeah, I agree.
So important.
Fantastic. What a great outlook on life you have. It's beautiful to see you're running a business in joy in one of the most beautiful cities in the world, if I may say so. And you get to do it and you're enjoying it. That's huge.
I love being down
Everybody
there.
enjoys what they do, but you really seem to enjoy it.
Yeah, I've tapped into something very special.
Yeah, for sure.
My brother is my everything.
Oh, wonderful.
Cameron, I wish he could be here. He's actually paramotoring in Tennessee. He's a crazy chicken type of guy. He has a motor and a fan on his back.
Come on.
And a parachute. And he runs and takes off and he flies in the air.
That's wild.
And he does this in St. Augustine. So if you ever see the crazy guy in the air with a parachute, it's my brother. Give him the pass, you guys. Don't arrest him or anything. I don't think he's doing anything illegal, but
He's doing it safely.
I call him a
think.
crazy chicken. 'Cause he's that crazy chicken type of guy.
I love it. Like a chicken with his head cut off.
Yes,
running around
absolutely,
doing wild
absolutely.
things. And he seems to be enjoying life
Yeah.
too then, in his own
Yeah.
way, right? We enjoy it in our own ways.
Yeah. We find the beauty in life.
Yeah. That's the whole purpose, isn't it? To find the joy and the beauty. And you have it here for sure. I think you have found the key.
Thank you.
So it's amazing. Would you mind sharing if you have either a morning routine or an evening routine, depending on whether you're a morning person or a night person? Do you have anything that you do, every day that you must have done? Like it's a deal breaker if you don't get it done.
I'm a routine type of guy.
Okay.
I'm a creature of habit. I like to eat the same foods every day, and I like to do my same routine every day, and I like to stay in at night. Some of the things I like to work out. I like to lift weights, and I like my cardio. And I guess I applied what James Clear said in Atomic Habits. Try to apply like 2 healthy things at the same time.
Love it.
So if you see me on the treadmill at the gym, I usually have a book open and I'm reading my books. And that's how I get so many pages done, because every day I do my cardio. I like to bicycle on the island. I live right behind the alligator farm.
Nice.
And bicycling over there is just so beautiful. I bicycle around the lighthouse. I go to Flamingo Coffee. I do the Bridge of Lions. Sometimes I do downtown. I check in on my shops. I see my night crew.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's cool.
I've been getting into golfing. My girlfriend, her dad is an amazing golfer.
Cool.
And I am not a golfer.
Huh?
But
Maybe
I'm
learning.
open to new hobbies,
Yeah,
and I think it's it's therapy in a way, being at the driving range or golfing and just kind of being by myself for a little bit. And I love my girlfriend so much, and I just when I go out to Arizona, she lives in Arizona.
Oh wow, okay.
I want to be able to like hang with the family.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be insecure about not golfing, so I said I'm going to learn to golf.
Oh, nice. What a kind gesture. And also, it's a beautiful thing to be out on the course. And
Yeah.
I took up golfing because my son loves it. So I started golfing with him. And I love being out on the golf course. It really helps you sort out thoughts so beautifully. And
I feel that way about the gym,
Yes.
but I am learning the same thing with golf.
yes. Yeah, the gym is, and I listen to podcasts when I'm at the gym. I don't love listening to music. I know a lot of people like music, but I like to get information. Like you said, 2 things at once, kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and take it all in. And, it invigorates me and empowers me to keep going. And I get so much information listening to Lewis Howes. Do you ever listen to Lewis Howes?
No, never heard of him.
Oh, you'll love Lewis Howes.
Okay.
He's a phenomenal entrepreneur and a great interviewer. He interviews some of the most amazing people on this planet. I think he's been doing it for at least 10, 15 years now. And it's a source of information. Just soak it in.
What is his wheelhouse? Is he an entrepreneur too?
He's an entrepreneur. He was a handball champion. He played handball, I think in the Olympics, maybe not in the Olympics, but I think he got injured. There's a story there, cool story there. I don't remember exactly, but he now has the podcast, and he has, I believe, coaching businesses, mentorship type businesses. And he has other businesses that I'm sure he doesn't talk too much about, because he's interviewing other people. But I should probably listen to an interview that he's in rather than letting him do the interviewing. So I love to empower myself while I'm working out. It's a double pleasure for me. It really gets the endorphins going. And I think that's important.
I love that. Yeah.
So working out, anything else that you do in a day that like it must get done or your day doesn't feel complete?
I like my nutrition routine. I have a great gut health drink I do every single morning.
Fantastic.
Aloe vera juice,
Okay.
a little bit of lemon, and some BCAAs.
So good.
I like that. Make my bed.
Yeah.
I like clean sheets.
Yes.
One of my guilty pleasures is getting into a bed with fresh, clean sheets.
Oh,
I
the best.
love that.
Me too. The best thing ever. Especially if they're like crisp bamboo sheets or, cotton. They're the best.
Love it.
And making your bed, that sets the day. Some people don't make their bed in the morning, I learned. And that's something I tell my kids, like that sets your mind for the day.
It sets the tone, right?
Sets the tone. Yeah, it does. It really does. One simple little thing like that, one simple habit can really change the dynamic of your day, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like to travel.
Do you?
I do a lot of traveling, seeing the world. There's a lot this world offers.
Oh gosh, yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
I love to do that. I like, I'm a car guy.
Yeah.
I like cars,
You have
and
quite an amazing collection of,
I like that.
vehicles.
It's fun.
Yeah.
My favorite though is the Jeep Wrangler.
Really?
When you take the doors off of a Jeep Wrangler in St. Augustine or in Florida in general,
Yeah.
I just feel so cool.
Yeah, it is. It's a cool
It's cool.
feeling.
It's a good.
Are you bumped out and lifted?
I'm lifted a little bit. Yeah, I got the 37-inch tires, and I'm
Nice.
a little bit up. I'm not squatted.
Yeah.
Not
yeah.
squatted, but I do like to take the doors off and cruise around town.
That's cool.
My favorite vehicle.
Is it really?
Yep.
The Wrangler. That's great.
And that's how I met, like I said, my GM. I was the president of the local Jeep club.
Get right out of here. That's wild.
And she was in the club, and we met on it was either the first or the second meetup.
Wow.
Next to Choose, there was this place called Brews and Dogs.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember. We're Hillary's Pizzas, I think.
Okay.
And the Jeep Club used to meet there.
No
and that's where I met my GM all those years ago, and had no idea she was going to play like such an influential role in my life.
Yeah.
That's kind of the beauty of life, though, right?
Right. And why it's important to open up to people and speak and communicate with people when you're out and about, because that is how you meet, and everything aligns, doesn't it?
It does.
Like everything just falls into place.
It
so
does.
Beautifully when you're tapped in, when you're in gratitude.
When it's meant to be.
When it's meant to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, thank you. I feel so grateful to have sat here with you and been able to tap into your brain a little bit and have you share your amazing, I don't even know what to call it, conglomerate of businesses. It's like every time you post something new about your next thing, it's like, wow, this is out of left field almost.
There's just opportunity.
But it fits. There's opportunity.
Thank you.
And you're taking those opportunities.
Thank you.
What an encouraging thing for our listeners to hear. Take the opportunity. Right?
Yeah. You got to take the leap of faith.
Yes.
And St. Augustine offers so much.
It really does.
If you just have a little bit of a creative mind, you could make anything happen here in St. Augustine. Anything. Really.
I mean, I was, not to go off topic, but the Nights of Lights, I was watching your hot chocolate.
The pop-up
This year. I mean, again, genius.
Thank you.
It was genius. And it was so simple, such a simple idea, but you took it to the next level and you made it a huge success, right?
Yeah, it was big.
Huge. Will you be doing that again?
Yes,
do you think?
definitely.
For sure.
It was very beneficial.
For sure.
And the cool thing about the pop-up too is like I get to bring in one of my best friends, Caleb Pearson, to run it for me.
How cool.
I get to collaborate with my friends to help me out, and I help them out. I have like the tools here to succeed with what I've been able to build. And right here out of this shed, we did a pop-up.
Really?
Very successful. And I get to bring my friends in. I get to see during Night of Lights, I don't see anybody usually.
Right.
I'm like here. This is like my focus, and my staff's my focus. But when my friends start working, like subcontracting my friends to like do things, and I'm doing like profit sharing with them, so it's beneficial for them. Yeah. It's like a win-win. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. I get that 1,000% also. That's fantastic. And I think you're a stellar example of how to be an entrepreneur. I mean, you should really consider writing a book one day and sharing your knowledge with the world, because you have it figured out to a T.
I'm still figuring it out. But
it's fun to watch, and it's a pleasure to have chatted with you.
Thank you.
Where can we find you? Tell me where they can find you on Instagram.
I post a lot on my personal Instagram, Kyle Dellaire. And then all of my businesses have their own accounts. So I have Likit Ice Cream, Ben's right here, Ben's Pretzels, Mimi's, and Whip's Waffle Company.
Perfect.
Great social medias. And then be on the lookout for this new thing that I'm doing called the Roaming Cannoli, you guys.
Ooh.
I'm not going to say too much about it right now, but I'm tapping into the St. Augustine wedding market here.
I love it.
And then my best friend Nick and I have decided to start a business called Cart and Company.
Okay.
And I'm not going to say any more, but just be on the lookout for the Roaming Cannoli.
The Roaming Cannoli. That sounds very
more
intriguing.
to come, right?
I love it. Can't wait to see more about that. Kyle, thank you so much for taking the time today and for inviting me here in this beautiful space.
Thank you.
I appreciate you and all that you're doing for our community. It's a gift to have you.
Appreciate you, what you do, getting the word out to the community.
Thank you.
Being such a great voice, being positive, being influential.
I appreciate that.
And we need more of this.
Thank you.
Kindness and compassion.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I trust that whatever was meant for you in this conversation will remind you there's a way to build a life you love. Follow where it leads. and I'll see you in the next session. Be sure to like and subscribe to never miss an episode.